Alright, well, good morning. Finally got here. We went to the parking garage because that was pretty well recommended by most of the websites I looked at. However, you don't get a very good shot of the 17 right, which is the busiest runway, because they just built a new parking garage. So here we are at the free one, and here comes security, so I might be only here for a couple of minutes, we'll see. Let's see what they say. Oh, drove on by. That was nice of him. Alright, so we've got, coming up next is a 737-800. From Southwest. Trying to get used to where they appear out of the trees. Right about there, there it goes. I may have to turn my whole kit around, I think, because they're actually taking off and then going over my head. So bear with me while I turn everything around. This thing weighs a ton now.
60 climbing out of 1.6 for 9,000. Zero, Southwest 6.
Excuse the earthquake there. That was me just shifting my tripod around. Okay, let's find the planes again. So the disadvantage with where I am is we only get to see the takeoffs, we don't get to see the landings. You get to hear them though. So we're at Sacramento International. We'll be here for an hour or two. We got off to a late start this morning. This one is another Southwest. There's going to be mostly Southwests that take off on this stream. And if there is one on the 17 rights, I will try and get that one too. So this next one, 737-700, heading to Los Angeles. I'm going to try and find out where this plane leaves the trees again. If you're in the chat, I apologise, I haven't had a chance to open that up yet. As soon as I get a break in the planes, I will see who's chatting. I think I've got a couple of minutes. Well, let's see. Come on, chat. There it goes. Okay, who's here? Good morning, Anne. Good to see you. Robbie Batista. Good morning. So it seems to be about here, I think, that the planes pop above the trees. Next one we got coming is heading to Phoenix. But we do have one on the left. What have we got in Alaska? Let's see if I can't see that one too. This will be the first one I got going off.
507, where is 43?
Yeah, I know, I've got to level the tripod as well. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Alright, level the tripod before we do anything else. What's that looking like? Not too bad, eh? Alright, so back to the Phoenix. 737 MAX 8.
190, 1,600, 190,000.
Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate the support and the sub. Got off to a bit of a delayed start this morning. It's the first time I've spotted at Sacramento, and so I was following all the advice given to me on, what was it, planespotters.net, and yeah, didn't work. So, what did I say it was about here? We got one just coming in, so we're lining up and waiting for that, or holding short right now. Oh, it's my first time using Nightbot too, so... Good morning, Mark! Is it morning? No, good afternoon for you. So, change of scenery today, we're in Sacramento. Start of our grand tour here. This is the first stop on the way to the Bay Area. We'll be here for about another hour and a half, 2 hours until it gets quiet. And then it's about another hour and a half from here to Oakland. We'll spend a couple of hours in Oakland. I think we're going to be watching the planes landing there because I'm planning on being at the marina site. And then over the bridge, and they've got a hotel that overlooks the runway at San Francisco, so I'm kind of interested to see what I can do there. It'd be nice to be able to stream from the hotel room. So what's this one? This is the Phoenix flight taking off. There it goes. Now I know I've hit the right spot. Alright, way into the distance. It's actually not a bad spot because it's they do their left bank just as they go past me, so I get some nice shots of the side of the plane there. Cranky Doodle, how we doing? Good to see you on the stream.
1,800 for 9,000.
Welcome to Sacramento. Alright, next one down the runway would be heading to San Diego, another Max 8. It's going to be mostly southwest that take off. Hopefully we can catch a freighter or two, but that's usually what uses 17 right is southwest, and freighters. All the other airlines use 17 left to take off. That one's just landed, and that was a United 737 just come in from Los Angeles. That's on the 17 right. Like I said, I can't see those. I don't see any landings, just see takeoffs from here. I guess we're going to see plenty of landings when we get to Oakland, hopefully. That San Diego flight is just lining up at the end of the runway now. Should be with us in a minute or two. So at least the weather held out for us on this time. The last weekend was supposed to be in this trip, and the plan was I was going to prepare to leave Friday night, but then I checked the forecast for Sunday, and it was supposed to just snow constantly throughout Sunday. There was absolutely no way I was getting over the pass to get home again. So everything got changed to this weekend. Glorious weather though, nice and sunny.
Rate 22, 2,000 probably 9,000. And there are something called 70.
That one is... oh, that's heading to Reno. That is a United SkyWest that we just tracked in the sky there. That's awesome. Alright, nothing coming down the runway right now. we got a Hawaii bound flight. Next one, about 5 minutes. Coming down the runway. Southwest, max 8. Heading to Kaluakona on the Big Island. Yeah, and it's mostly southwest. I would love to have set up on the top of the parking garage and just filmed 17 left departures and arrivals, but they're so far spaced apart, I run out of things to talk about. So here we are in the, I guess it's the Uber parking lot, it's the free parking lot, just south of the airport. But yeah, especially in the sunlight, and those southwest colours really pop. I checked the schedules and I didn't see any special liveries. But that's another thing that Southwest is good at, is putting out special liveries. So our Kona bound plane is just waiting for an inbound coming in from Burbank. That should be down in about 15 seconds. Then our next departure will line up and wait. We'll be heading our way. So what you can hear there is the reverse thrusters from that flight from Burbank. Our Kona bound plane I've got nothing coming in, so I should be turning onto the runway just about now. There we go. Should be up in about 30 seconds. Once the Kona plane is left, we got another Alaskan leaving on 17 left, and we'll have another go at catching that one. I've yet to see where they pop out from the horizon, but we'll have fun trying. There goes our Max 8. Heading down the runway.
Okay, it's a good stuff.
Alrighty. Makes a change not to be freezing as well. Although I left home at the same time I'm usually streaming from Reno.
Up at 3635 out of 1.8 till 4,000 runway heading.
Ooh, that is loud. Sorry about that. Turn him down.
12,000 up 35.
Still loud. Alright, so if I can find it, this is an Alaskan heading to Seattle. It's a 737 MAX 9. These guys have spent a fortune on planes over the last year or so after they've combined with Hawaiian. So if I can see that hut is there, hopefully I can catch it coming out of the clouds around about there. Or behind the trees rather. Lost that behind the lamppost. We got nothing heading down the runway right now, so let me get you a bit of scenery to look at. And I'm going to try and make some adjustments. I didn't get a chance to do before. Got one that snuck up to the end of the runway real quick. It's a Delta heading, oh, just coming from Los Angeles. That's what happens when you run away from the camera for a while and come back to see something on the screen. No worries. Looks like we do have a Hawaiian that's just pushed back. It's an A321 heading to Kaului. It's the island of Maui. And there is a Southwest that's also lit the candle heading to Palm Springs. So those two are waiting at the terminal, and that's what we're waiting on right now, is those two to take off. Peterbilt, it's good to see you, my friend. Change of scenery today. We're in Sacramento, at least for another hour or so. It's got pretty quiet, but it'll pick up again. And then from here we're going to head to Oakland. I'll spend a couple of hours watching the arrivals at Oakland. And then from there we might do a pop-up one later on this evening. This afternoon once I've got checked in. But it's good to see you anyway. Thanks for joining us. Nancy, good to see you too. Welcome to our Sacramento stream. That's a bonus. The Hawaiian Airlines is going to the 17 right, so we should get a nice long view of it as it takes off and banks. I'm very delicately moving wires around. After my problems I had with these wires when I was in Reno last, doing this stream. Summer Toil, good to see you, friend. Thanks for joining us in Sacramento this morning. We're just waiting on a Hawaiian to get to the end of 17 right. hopefully we can get a decent shot of it. Looks like we got an American A32 anyone, just lit the candle as well. But that will be going off on 17 left in just a little while. We also have a business jet at the general aviation terminal, so we'll have that to look at in a little while. It's picking up again. So our Hawaiian A321 is just lining up at the end of the runway, so we should see that in about 15-20 seconds. Puolani, that's the name of that girl on the tail fin there. Puolani. One of my favourite liveries. Other than the RNO Air, of course, from American Airlines. It's heading west, so it's turning away from us. What else we got coming down the runway at us? So the business jet is heading or taxiing to the end of the runway, heading to Los Angeles. It's a Bombardier Challenger 350. So I'm expecting this one to go up quick and soon. So let's get ready about here instead. I think we're looking about there. I know Sal from Cali Plains is traveling this weekend. So hopefully he's having some safe travels. It's a long way to go where he's going.
South to Orville and South Coast.
Hold it long. Your 2,200.
So our NetJets is just getting to the end of his taxi. I was surprised when he's coming over the hill. I expected to see like really deep snow on the side of the road. It really wasn't. I think the most we have going over the pass, it's probably about 2 to 3 feet deep, and most of that was from when the snowblowers had kicked to the side of the road. Behind that, it looked like it was only maybe a foot or two deep. But right now we'll take whatever we can get though. We need the snow, we need the rain. So if I see this come above the trees anywhere where I'm not looking right now, then I might have to move the camera pretty quickly, but hopefully we've got it roughly the right place here. I tell you what, that wind is chilly. It's nice in the sunlight. Alright, NetJets, where are ya? I've called that right.
Approach ramp 212, expect 9,000, we're descending. Travis Boa.
There it goes.
That's Roger.
Spent a couple of bucks driving around the parking lot this morning trying to find a good place, and ended up at the free one. But it was $2 well spent, because now I know in the future just come straight here. And the security guy left me alone as well. That's always a bonus. What is it? It is that American A319 taxiing, followed by an American A321 heading to Dallas. The little one's heading to Phoenix. So that's, I'm going to be pointing at the sun there, so we're going to be a little bit careful. nothing on the right side. Let's get set up ready for this A319. Other side. So I think it was just about there, whatever that hut. Sure what's going on with my scanner. I've not heard too much from the scanner, and when we did hear it, it was way too loud. Don't see anything heading into that American. Is it AA 921? Should be turning and burning. So we should see that in about 15-20 seconds.
What's expected? D1 is 1,700, climbing to 9,000 on the TACNAV floor.
There goes the baby bus heading to Phoenix. That one was. And the next one's going to be on the same runway, so let's head back to that shack. Seems to be where they're popping up over the trees. So this next one is American 1609 heading to Dallas. It's an A321. It's a Neo. We may get the whale sound from it, but usually it's just as it spools up at the end of the runway, so we may not. So it looks like there's 4 Southwests that just lit the candle at the terminal. After this American takes off, we'll hang around for them to go, and then I'm going to pack up and head for Oakland. That should see us around about 10:30. I'm going to say that, well, 10:15 to 10:30. Depends on how long it takes them to taxi, I guess. I'm going to say estimated time I should be ready to go in Oakland. It'll be about 12 to 12:30. It takes about a half hour to set up once I get there. And I've got to find a spot. Yeah, I've not been there before. It's a voyage of discovery.
Seven. 4.
Departure American 1609, 2,900 to 9,000 on the set count.
Alright, so that was the A321 Neo heading to Dallas. We have got Southwest taxiing. This one's just landed though by the look of it. Came in from Santa Ana.
For Cal American 1609, 4,500 for 9,000 on the set count.
Let me have a quick check at the chat. Bodie, how you doing, my friend? I am in Sacramento, SMF, for about another 15-30 minutes. We're on our little tour of the bay this weekend. We're going going to do Sacramento, Oakland, San Francisco, and San Jose, and then back to Reno tomorrow, and then back to work. But it's good to see you on the chat, Bodhi. Thanks for being with us. Oh, we got a heavy that's getting ready to leave. It's a freighter. It's a 767 ATI, Air Transport International. Let's just lit the candle. So hopefully we should see that in a minute or two. Then we got 5 now. 5. Nope, that one just landed. Still got 4 southwest at the terminal as well. Oh, and you've got snow. Where are you?
200, about 4 miles west for flight for maneuvers, miles to southwest of the stick there.
Oh, yes. So you've probably got the storm that we had last week. That on top of the lake effect as well.
But 3044, 5.6.
Build a snowman. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I shouldn't be singing that because I've got to get back over the hill tomorrow. Yeah, it dumped that last weekend. It dumped it at just the top of the mountains, enough to close the roads off for the day. But yeah, it wasn't a lot of moisture in it. That freighter is taxiing now. It's heading to Wilmington. Yeah, Bodhi, I brought the sun with me. You're welcome. The wind's pretty chilly though. We've got a southwest going downwind right now. Let me see if I can get that in view. Where are you? Oh, there you are. So while it's hiding behind the sign, let me see where it's coming from. That came from Ontario. It's going downwind to land right here. Let's get set up for that freighter. It's stopped on the taxiway.
With the Field and Company.
Alright, so those Southwests are now starting to taxi. So it looks like that 767 might be our last plane before we head to Oakland. Looks like the first one out is going to be heading to Portland. It's 737-700 Southwest. That's going to be followed by an 800 heading to Palm Springs. And we also have a CRJ 200 just lit the candle as well on the other side of the airport. It's getting busy, and that freighter is heading down the taxiway now. Oh, Bodie, I had to hang mine up, they were so wet, our outside decorations. So they were hanging in the garage all day, drip drying. Alright, so we got our Portland flight. Just getting to the end of the taxiway now, so in about a minute we should see that one coming above the trees. We've got a Cessna 172 doing touch and goes as well. 117 left. So kind of like Reno with that. That's what you can hear in the background. And after my, what was it, Christmas Eve stream that I did at Reno, luckily for one of my gifts I got a camera cover, but then I still got the scanner and the laptop and my extra screen. So I went and got some of those disposable ponchos, clear ones. So that will sit over the top of my tripod now and keep everything dry. Next time I'm out in the rain, everything else should be dry, except for me, of course. I don't mind watching planes in the rain though, because you get that spray from the reverse thrusters. So our Portland flight is waiting for the Ontario flight to land. So it's holding short right now. We've got 3 in line. So the third one will be that freighter. I just installed Nightbot, so let me try one of my commands on Nightbot while I'm waiting. Yay! It worked! Alright, the Ontario flight has just landed, which means our Portland one should be lining up and waiting, or actually lining up and going more than likely. Small victories, Anne, small victories, I'll take it. There it goes, it's just lining up now. And noise you can hear in the background is a 321 that just landed from Dallas. And our Portland flight is just heading down the runway now. Couple of seconds, it will be above the tree zone. Let's get set up for the next one, which is Palm Springs. Looks like it's lining up. Oh, we've got a little Cessna citation heading in. So as soon as that's down, our Palm Springs flight will be heading down the runway. That's 737-800 Southwest, and that's followed by the 767 Air Transport. I didn't do that. Nightbot is set to do that one its own. Here comes our 737-800. So we've got one coming in from Houston about now. As soon as that's in, then our big boy will be taking off. And the trouble with freighters, you never know how full they are. So it could go up really quickly, or it could take forever to go up. Looks like it's waiting for a San Diego flight to land first. And those other two are still at the terminal, so I think I'm going to call this 76 our final flight for the first leg of our trip this weekend. It is lining up to go right now. So let's see how heavy this one is.
$19,000 to transport 3204 heavy.
Bodie, this is actually my first time at Sacramento, but I do track it frequently and I've not seen it here. But I did see it on a stream yesterday. Where was I? Phoenix. It was at Phoenix yesterday. Okay folks, I am going to call it a morning at Sacramento. Next stop will be Oakland. Hopefully from the harbor we will see some planes landing. And that should be at about 12:30, somewhere around there. So let me... Oops. Leave you with some music. while I start to pack some things away here. Which one should we do? Let's do the regular one. Nah, let's do the runways.
Second chances, names on